Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. School has reopened after winter vacation. It was a 2 week holiday for them. It started 2 days after parents came and they were having a great time with them at home. In fact, we booked parents' flight tickets considering kids' vacation so that we all could spend time together. Grandchildren are always pampered and loved by their grandparents more than anyone, and I guess even more than their own parents. Kids feel very secure and safe with them, and sometimes they are even spoiled too. We brought parents here specially because our vacation in Kerala last year was very little, just for 2 weeks. We all were feeling very emotional flying back from our homeland. We all indeed spent time together for family gatherings, weddings, and family trips, but everything was in a hurry. Spending time with them was there, but we felt it was not a good quality time, especially with parents. All were busy then, so we met everyone for just 1 or 2 days. And moreover, parents are getting old, a bit weak, and not very active like how they used to be before. So, all these made us feel that we need to have them with us alone for some days to spend more quality time with them. While flying back from Kerala this time, we had planned to bring them during December, and that too, it's kids' vacation time. Anyways, they will be going back in a few days and can't extend because of lots of commitments for them back in Kerala. This video was taken a day before and on the day of the school reopening. Some of you had asked me to put a clear clip of dosa batter I make. Now, not every time I make it the same way. I add or minus few ingredients depending on what I want to make. Anyways, was making dosa the next day, so thought to share it again here. I take 2 cups of white rice for this, sometimes idli rice, but here I had white rice with me, so using that. I usually don't measure urad dal in a cup. I use around 2 to 2.5 handfuls. If you want to measure in a cup, I would say around half cup in the same measuring cup you use for the rice. Then some ragi seeds. This is optional, but ragi is good for health, so I add it mostly in dosas and idlis. Along with this goes 2 or 3 pinch of fenugreek seeds. We had lunch from outside, so there wasn't any cooked rice. So instead I used poha or the flattened rice. Now wash this well and soak this mixture in filtered water so that you can use the same water for grinding. Again in the evening we went out for some shopping. This is from where I had bought my gown material that mom is stitching. You must have seen it in my previous video. I had come here again for some more shopping. This shop is opposite to Bangladeshi school. You can Google and check if you are staying in Muscat. and then went for some Omani halwa shopping. Here you get to taste and then buy. It was late when I remembered that I didn't grind for the dosa batter. So I was quite sure that this might not ferment in the morning. Here the weather is a bit cold, so it needs more time. Usually I grind it by 4 or 5 in the evening, but on this day it was almost 7:30. So it was late. I wanted to make cheese samosas for parents, as this is something I don't think they have ever tried, and I knew they both enjoy having anything cheese stuffed. So I was confident enough that they would enjoy this too. And I'm making it in both ways, sweet and without. You must have seen this in my Ramadan vlogs, and this is something I make normally during Ramadan. I bought mini samosa sheets, as I think this again we don't get back home, so it will look cute while serving too. Had these bigger leaves in my fridge, so with this I'll make rolls, put them in the sugar syrup. All you need is samosa sheets and cheese. This is salted cheese. Now for samosas this will taste good. For rolls, if you have cream cheese, it will taste even better. Anyways, is fine. Stuff some cheese, roll and stick the end with flour paste. After finishing the rolls, I started with the mini samosas. It wasn't over. I had to wake up early tomorrow for their school, so kept the rest for tomorrow. For the dosas, I made green peas curry. Had already soaked it the previous night. Made a simple curry as I had to be quick. I added that to a pressure cooker along with onion, tomato and green chilies. Then added salt, turmeric powder and coriander powder. Cook this on medium flame for 4 or 5 whistles. As I was pretty sure of this, it didn't ferment like how it normally does. I made it like normal dosas here. As this didn't ferment, the texture would be different. It was almost like a neer dosa. So I flipped to the other side and cooked on that side too. Usually I don't flip for dosas, but as this didn't ferment, I flipped. The green peas were done. I just crushed it for a few minutes. I didn't want to make it a paste, so that's why not using a hand blender for it. Just breaking it down with the ladle. To temper the curry, I splattered mustard seeds in coconut oil and added a few curry leaves. And that's the curry. Made a simple coconut condiment to have along with the curry and the dosa. It's just coconut, shallots and green chilies along with some salt. Pulse it a few times and it's done. Had some time before breakfast, so I quickly finished the samosas. I'll be frying these for evening, so meantime I kept them in the fridge. I'm skipping the afternoon part. Was feeling a bit tired and took a nap after lunch, which I don't do normally. Only when I feel very tired, I do take a rest. Kids had their badminton coaching, so they wanted to have samosas before leaving. The rolls will be fried and soaked in sugar syrup. So for that, I boiled 2 cups sugar in 1.5 cups water. Now if you want a thick consistency for the sugar syrup, take a 1:1 ratio and boil till you get a 1 string consistency. I didn't want it overly sweet, neither did my family. Now here I am frying the rolls first, making sure that the heat is on medium. When you hear a crackling sound from the oil, that's when you know it's ready to take out, because the oil has reached the cheese and it has started to ooze out. So take it out immediately after that. As soon as I finished frying all the rolls, I layered it in a glass tray. pour the warm syrup onto it, letting it soak in the sweet syrup. I transfer these to a serving tray. It was time for kids to go for coaching, so they had it first. Later, we all had it together after my husband was back from dropping the kids. So that's all for today's vlog, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. I'll see you in my next video. Stay tuned, take care, and bye-bye.